This video is about your right to an independent educational evaluation, otherwise known as an IEE. An IEE is an independent evaluation in all areas of suspected disability. It's designed to find out what strengths or deficits a student may have and what kind of supports they need. As an attorney, one of the first things I'm going to consider when I take a case is, what can I provide for this child? Does the child need a one-to-one paraprofessional, an assistive technology device, an entirely new school and class size? The only way that I can figure that out is if I get a series of assessments. Some of these include a neuropsychological evaluation, a speech-language assessment, and more. Only by looking at the combination of assessments together can I have one complete and comprehensive evaluation. Sometimes, necessary assessments are those that haven't been thought about by the district, things like an assistive technology assessment, an ABA skills assessment, or a feeding therapy evaluation are some of those that I often request. More recently, we've even had success asking for things like a music therapy assessment. So how does it actually work? First thing you want to do is let the district complete their own evaluation. We're going to look and see, is there something they missed, some kind of assessment they didn't do, or do we disagree with the way they conducted it? If we do disagree, then we put together the IEE request. It's going to list out which assessments we want and what are the rates. Once the district receives that evaluation request, they have two options. They can either grant it or they can go to hearing. If they don't do either of those two options, then we're the ones who are going to request that we go to hearing so we can get our independent evaluation ordered by a judge. At the impartial hearing, it'll be you, hopefully your attorney, the impartial hearing officer, otherwise known as the judge, and the district representative. You'll have the opportunity to argue that first, your child is entitled to be independently evaluated. You followed the rules, the district didn't, and their evaluation is not comprehensive. Next, you can also argue that you need a real evaluation to determine what your child needs, what kind of placement, what kind of services. You can't know that from the district evaluations because they weren't good enough. That's the whole reason why we're disagreeing in the first place. Hopefully next, the judge orders the evaluation and you get your complete and comprehensive evaluation. It should contain data and be individualized to your particular student. Maybe a comprehensive evaluation for one student is just a physical therapy assessment, while another student may require a number of assessments that we spoke about earlier. Ultimately though, what we want to get at is what should be on the IEP? What kinds of services? What kind of school do we need? What compensatory services are necessary? A lot of times it's not just that the district is doing something wrong right now, but they've been doing something wrong, and we need the district to provide services to make up for their past mistakes. It can also recommend additional evaluations be conducted. Maybe you didn't know that a particular child needs an audiological evaluation or a feeding evaluation. These things can sometimes be ordered in a subsequent hearing, or the district could agree to conduct it after it's been recommended by an independent evaluator. Lastly, you should know that every situation is different. Maybe the school has never done any kind of assessment. Maybe they've done one assessment and they're planning on doing two more, but they've just been waiting too long. When we're dealing with the law surrounding education services, there are unfortunately too many opportunities for tiny mistakes that can derail a case entirely. Whether you get an independent evaluation can vary based on what kind of paperwork you submit, when you submitted it, how long ago the district did their own evaluation, and each one of these factors can have a huge impact on whether you get those evaluations. I hope this was helpful, and if you're looking for more information about education law in New York, keep an eye on this page.